Oh Jamaica. And you're always on my mind, from John Hawkins to Henry Morgan. They loved your beauty and your wealth, but they cared nothing for your health. Your many lovers were deceivers from the start. As we begin our tribute to Jimmy Cliff.
Commercialization from observation of this civilization.
Why not play some of the songs that we wouldn't normally hear being played from the great Jimmy Cliff? And there's one of them, Commercialization. And before that, Oh Jamaica. What a beautiful song as we begin our tribute to the man who slipped away this year. This week, I beg your pardon, sad news. The death of Jimmy Cliff, one of the few remaining icons of Jamaican popular music, whose career, of course, spanned 6 decades. From his humble origins in the countryside district of Somerton in Jamaica, he was born James Chambers on the 1st of April 1944. His father was a tailor who cut Jimmy adrift when he was just 14. So Jimmy moved to Kingston, determined to immerse himself in Jamaica's newly burgeoning and very vibrant music scene. He soon got his big break when he auditioned for the Jamaican Chinese producer Leslie Kong at his ice cream parlour and record shop on Orange Street. Leslie was just starting out in the record business and he was genuinely impressed with Jimmy, so he signed him to his Beverly's record label. One of his earliest singles was in praise of Jamaican women.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Believe me, I love you. Let's not be apart, 'cause you're the rose of my heart, and a sweet rose, you are my queen. You're my Miss Jamaica, my Miss Jamaica. You're my Miss Jamaica, I'm crowning you myself. Although you may not have such a fabulous shape to suit the rest of the world, but you do suit me, and that's all I want to know. I need not know nothing more. You're my Miss Jamaica, my Miss Jamaica. You're my Miss Jamaica, I'm crowning you myself.
In celebration of the life and times of Jimmy Cliff.
Although you may not have such a fabulous shape to suit the rest of the world,
Scar Fever.
but you do suit me, and that's all I want to know. I need not know You're my Miss Jamaica, my Miss Jamaica. You're my Miss Jamaica. I'm crowning you myself.
He was 14.
'Cause you're my Miss Jamaica.
Yep.
Miss Jamaica, Miss Jamaica.
And it wasn't his first single, actually, it was the follow-up to Hurricane Hattie that he also recorded for the ace producer Leslie Kong. We are celebrating and reflecting back on the life and times of the great Jimmy Cliff, who slipped away from us earlier on this week. His big break came in the late 60s when a song he'd recorded for the same producer, Leslie Kong, was released by Trojan Records in the UK and rocketed up the British pop charts. Are you catching these lyrics? Rhythm trap recorded in Jamaica, orchestral arrangements dubbed over in the UK, in London. And it put him at number 6 in the British Hit Parade, 1969. Isn't it funny, certain songs stay in your mind forever, moments when you first heard them, or when you're kind of like, oh wow, isn't this just amazing? I was in Gosford Hill Comprehensive School at the time, 1969, and I was in the boys football team, and we were playing Headington, and I can't remember if we thrashed them or not, but let's not even get into that. Anyway, coming back out of the changing rooms in the Headington school, climbing onto the bus, that was playing on Radio 1. I was like, oh my gosh, because by then I really got into ska in 67, so 2 years later, I was completely hooked on this music from Jamaica, and I was like, yeah, and it's in the British pop charts. From all mates, okay, Rodders, we know you're nuts about this music. Okay, so it's a lovely moment as I remember that. And then this was the follow-up, which absolutely, I remember hearing this playing in Rome, on the radio in Rome that summer. 1970, Vietnam. This is Jimmy Cliff. played all over the world for obvious reasons, as the protests continued to mount against the war in Vietnam. Jimmy Cliff, 1970. Reported to have been a huge favourite of Bob Dylan when he first heard it. He was raving about what a great record it was and the message within it. The song also inspired Paul Simon to actually jump on a plane and fly down to Jamaica and start making reggae at Dynamic Studios in Kingston, using the very same rhythm section that was used on that song. Vietnam, Jimmy Cliff. We're saluting him, paying tribute to him, remembering this great man and his works. He'd actually signed with fellow Jamaican Chris Blackwell's record label in 1967. I'd kind of forgotten about that, but he did. But how could I forget that in those early years he was touring small clubs and concert halls in the UK? And this is my little claim to fame. As a teenager, I saw him one night at Brett's School of Dancing in Oxford on the top floor of an office block in the central city. I don't know how they got the kids up there. Well, obviously it was a lift rod, yeah. But yeah, it was an amazing set. I can still remember the vibrancy, and I mean, the place was rammed. Of course, he was already popular then because Wonderful World, Beautiful People was a hit. And it's a relatively small venue. Brett's School of Dancing in Oxford, Jimmy Cliff. And when he came off, there was a tight area by the... okay, it's too much detail maybe, brothers, but there was a tight area by the cloakroom, and he squeezed past, and I was like that close to him. You know, it's like, I can touch Jimmy Cliff. Anyway, yeah, starstruck. Jimmy Cliff's world would change, of course, dramatically in 1972 when he was cast as Ivanhoe Martin, the leading protagonist in the Jamaican movie The Harder They Come. Despite having had no experience as an actor, the director, Perry Hensel, saw something in Jimmy that he felt would translate onto the screen, and it did. In a big way. After humble beginnings on the cinema circuit, the film went on, of course, to become one of the most iconic and successful films ever made, with the soundtrack which literally introduced millions of people to reggae music. The Harder They Come. Title song.
Sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my shine.
This is BBC Radio 1 Extra. We are paying tribute to the late Jimmy Cliff, who passed away earlier on this week, aged 81. That, of course, was the title song from the soundtrack of The Harder They Come, sung by Jimmy himself, written by him. There are, of course, for everyone, many poignant moments in the film. The hope and the kind of, you can see the sort of excitement in his eyes on that Patipan bus in the first scene where he rolls into Kingston with his stuff in his bag, and then he gets skanked by a street thief who takes his suitcase, and so then he begins the journey to his mother's house, and there's that beautiful long shot. I don't know how they did that shot. No, they filmed this on one camera. What an amazing film it was. It still is. That long shot of him, it's him walking up in a shanty town, and he finally gets to his mother's little dwelling house, and he goes in, and it was only years later I found out that a lot of these scenes were just simply improvised. There was a story, of course, that had been written, but sometimes there was no specific script for certain scenes. Perry Hensel said to the actors that he cast, many of them were not actors. The big record producer, he was actually an insurance salesman in the real world. His name escapes me. But there's that beautiful scene where he goes into his mother's dwelling house and he starts talking to her, and he hasn't seen her for ages. He's come from the countryside where I believe he's been living with his grandmother. And she says, "Did you bring the pear?" And of course he didn't. Well, he did, but it was, his things were stolen. And it's just, his mother was waiting for something, a little treat from the countryside, an avocado pear. Yeah, just Jimmy Cliff. For me, these next two songs reflect some beautiful moments in the film. They're the soundtrack, of course, but again, neither of them are reggae records. They're not reggae recordings. But again, this reflected Jimmy's skill and amazing talent as an international recording artist. As he famously said, I don't want to be recognized. I remember this quote, "I do not want to be recognized as a reggae star," although he clearly was. He was uncomfortable with the title. He said, "You cannot limit me to reggae." And I think he obviously meant that with the utmost respect for his music and his country.
But I know it won't be long.
Jimmy Cliff.
Sitting here in limbo, like a bird without a song. Well, they're putting up resistance, but I know that my faith will lead me on. Sitting here in limbo, waiting for the dice to roll. Sitting here in limbo, got some time to search my soul. Well, they're putting up resistance, but I know that my faith will lead me on. I don't know where life will lead me, but I know where I've been. I can't say what life will show me, but I know what I've seen. Tried my hand at love and friendship, but all that is past and gone. This little boy is moving on. Sitting here in limbo, waiting for the tide to flow. Sitting here in limbo, knowing that I have to go. Well, they're putting up resistance, but I know that
Sitting in Limbo. Jimmy Cliff.
Sitting in limbo, sitting in limbo.
And I quote from an interview from Jimmy. It was in 1970 that I wrote Sitting in Limbo. I had the idea for the song before I left England, and I was going to South America for the second time. I met this brother from Panama named Gully Bright. So he came to the hotel and I was playing him some of my songs. And he said he was a writer too, so I gave him my guitar and he started playing some of his songs. And he was interesting because he had a good artistic feeling. So Sitting in Limbo was actually finished. So then I started to sing it and he said, why don't you put that line here? And so we developed it in England, but finished it off in South America, Argentina. In Argentina and South America, sorry. Reading from this interview with Gully Bright. Of course, it featured In The Harder They Come, Sitting in Limbo, Jimmy Cliff. And here's another song from the movie, which never fails to send shivers down my spine, I'm sure yours too. We remember Jimmy Cliff. Chambers. Left the country district age 14 and headed to Kingston, determined to make it as a singer, and he sure did. Talking of the White Cliffs of Dover, I saw the White Cliffs of Dover in a boat, in a ferry from Calais. How did that happen? Well, I've just remembered, it's just literally come to me, I can't believe it. As I hear that line, I remember. It was 2010, wasn't it? The Iceland volcano eruptions, which caused havoc across Europe. And I was in France trying to get back to England. The flights were cancelled. Eurostar wasn't functioning. Well, kind of the queues for Eurostar. Would there be another train in a day or two? Anyway, I remember being at the Eurostar station. What am I going to do? Okay, let's try and get a hotel. I knew of a hotel a few miles away, so I thought, let me just get a taxi. See the queue for the taxi. Anyway, I'm standing in the queue. It's just all coming rushing back to me now. Yeah, it was 2010, wasn't it? Yeah, anyway, doesn't matter, Rodders. You don't get hung up on dates. But it was years ago. Anyway, I turned, this snaking taxi queue, and I looked to my left, and there was Jimmy Cliff behind me in the queue. Now, I had met him a couple of times. In fact, I did a very long interview with him many, many years ago on radio. So, I wasn't kind of invading his privacy. I said, Jimmy. He went, David, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm trying to get out of France. What are you doing? He said, I'm trying to get home. At that time, he was living in France. So we struck up a conversation, and this is the part that I will always, that sense of humour of his. I said, oh, Jimmy, the movie, The Harder They Come, I still, how many times I've watched it, it's just incredible. He said, yeah. He said, we're thinking about doing a follow-up. I looked at him, I said, a follow-up? How do you mean? Well, Rodigan, the story of Rodigan, Ivanhoe Campbell, I said, Jimmy, you died in the last reel. And he looked at me and said, did I? In other words, he was laughing. I said, what's this Bobby in Dallas? The shower scene. Bobby comes back from life. And we laughed, and I continued in my queue, looking back at my shoulder and looking at Jimmy and him, Jimmy just smiling. Jimmy Cliff. Did he? Yeah, there was a shootout at Lime Key. Ivanhoe was pumped full of bullets. Jimmy, how can there be a follow-up? Brilliant. Did he?
It is plain to see we're in a terrible situation. Suffering in the land. Nearly half of the world on the verge of starvation. Suffering in the land. And the children are crying for more education.
Didn't he? The hook, the chorus. We are celebrating the life of the great Jimmy Cliff on BBC One Extra. Rhythm section. Let's see. From his debut album, that was Sufferin In The Land, 1970, and from 1967 comes this, A Hard Road to Travel.
I've got a hard road to travel and a rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel and a rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed. My mind's made up. I'll never stop. My faith will see me through. Let me tell you, I'm all alone.
first album. And there were many albums, as you can imagine, over a 60-year career. 60 years. He also formed his own Oneness record label. Remember Rubber Dub Partner, which was a street hit in Jamaica? Oneness being the name of his band, with whom he toured the world. He also formed his own Oneness recording label, Oneness being the name of his band. Jimmy was, in essence, a citizen of the world. Again, mentioning that he didn't recognize himself as a reggae star. He was uncomfortable with that title. He toured extensively with the Oneness band whilst embracing the ethos of the Holy Quran after he met a group of Muslims in Chicago. His international music output was truly impressive, and no tribute to him would be complete without those two classics that I've just featured, Hard Road to Travel in 67 and Sufferin In The Land from 1960, both of which, of course, were revered and still are revealed within the world of reggae music. In 1994, he had a huge hit record on his hands, which appeared on the soundtrack to the Jamaican bobsled movie Cool Runnings. It actually topped the charts in France and was a massive hit elsewhere. Another hit on his hands in 1994. His version of I Can See Clearly Now from that great movie Cool Runnings, the Jamaican bobsled movie. And what a movie that was. And so we come to the end of our tribute to Jimmy. Well, his death was announced last Monday. I mean, the response was absolutely incredible. World media, everyone was, it was reflected upon across the world. just goes to show you how important he was as an icon, as an international music icon. Not just a Jamaican reggae music star, but above and beyond, with all due respect. As he said, don't limit me to reggae. He was 81. The cause of death was pneumonia. We offer our sincere condolences to his wife, Latifah, and his children, family and friends. The Jamaican Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, called him a true cultural giant, whose music carried the heart of the nation to the world. Jimmy Cliff told our story, said the Prime Minister. He told our story with honesty and soul. His music lifted people through hard times, inspired generations, and helped to shape the global respect that Jamaican culture has today. I second that, and I'm sure you do. That was the Jamaican Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, announcement that he made on the day that it was announced that Jimmy had left us. Jimmy was also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2010. Now, that's a big deal. He's one of the few reggae artists to receive the honour. He was also one of the few musicians alongside Bob Marley to be awarded the Jamaican Order of Merit. Jimmy Cliff, a life well lived.
You can get it if you really want.
Did you ever see him on stage?
Get it if you really
In his later years? Oh my gosh.
You can get it if you really
It's like an acrobat.
But you must try.
Incredible energy.
Try and try.
Go on, Jimmy.
Try and try. You'll succeed at last. Yeah. Persecution you must bear. Win and lose, you've got to get your share. Got your mind set on a dream. You can get it, don't hold it may seem now. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. But you must try. Try and try. Try and try. You'll succeed at last. I know it. Listen. Rome was not built in a day. Opposition will come your way. But the hotter the battle you see, it's the sweeter the victory now. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. But you must try. Try and try. Try and try. You'll succeed at last. Succeed at last.